Hey lovelies, I hope y'all are doing well today. I slept so good. I woke up nice and energized. I got into a routine I'm actually gonna say probably early December, because it takes 21 days to make a habit. So for me, I don't like that New Year resolution stuff. Like, it's really old news and it's so boring and bland to hear people be like, oh, New Year, new me. No. You have been operating out of the same program for the last several years. Oh, I'm gonna this and I'm gonna that. I'm gonna lose, whatever it was, they ain't did bump. And what I noticed about just human nature, right? Which is what I find interesting. When we successful people, they don't set short-term goals and then achieve the short-term goals and then go back to their, default directive programming of same bad habits, same walk, same, you know what I'm saying? No. When you're trying to better yourself, when you're trying to grow and expand your mind and actually be successful in life, you have to set long-term goals as well as short-term goals. So what I mean by that, for example, I went and got this because this is going to help me actually use my rational mind better organized, because this is one thing I can say that I've never truly tried before. Organizing my year day to day, week by week. Even if you don't follow it protocol, because things happen. You might get sick, you might just be too tired, things happen. But it's still nice to know that you have a plan each day. So for example, I wouldn't call it a New Year resolution, but for me, I want to do a video every day, but I also know that that is just not likely because, I know that when I come on here, I want to come on here energized. I want to come on here I want to come on here where my voice is not hoarse and, you know what I'm saying? It's balanced. I have to know when to take a break and take my foot up off the little devil's necks every now and then, because hey, every now and then I gotta go regroup. I gotta go recharge. I gotta go, get myself together, get some R&R. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm back on the field, people's necks is getting stepped on again. Period. Because at the end of the day, this is a spiritual war at the end of the day. It has nothing to do with gender. It has nothing to do with race. And it's interesting how I just see things on the internet and I'm just like, they are very small, closed-minded people. Because I'm more of I'm just observing. I'm not absorbing, I'm observing. I used to be at that point where I would absorb things because, when you understand how your subconscious mind works, if you don't take control of it, someone else will. And what I mean by is whoever you watch on YouTube or whatever kind of movies, shows, whoever you are around, these are all external influences. But when you kind of just quiet everything down and you turn everything inwardly and you actually sit with yourself, you'll start coming to some, some things. You'll start being like, dang, you know what? I thought that this is who I was and that ain't who I am at all. Okay, so, you know what I'm saying? You go start doing some deep dive and stuff. So that's why I wanted to try things like this, because I am all about shifting my mindset. A lot of people I notice have a lack mentality, a lacking mindset. So when you come from a place of lack, it is expressed in their words, it's expressed in how they act and how they move and how they operate in their daily lives. Now, I ain't into changing nobody. And then this is another one too. The bliss consciousness on just, expressing gratitude. So for the last month, which was December, takes 21 days to make or change a habit or, create a new habit or whatever. I have started, just looking at all these different books and working on things. So, for example, in the manifestation planner, right, there was a page that says that is releasing resistance, right? So basically you identify a particular emotion, and then you write down the story behind that emotion. Like, in other words, your mindset of like where you feel it steals from. You write down how it feels. And then you sit there and you sit back and you objectively just look at it and observe it. And then you tell yourself the truth, right? So for example, right, releasing resistance for me would be caution, right? Not to say throw caution to the wind or nothing like that, but caution it stems from fear. And so then when I thought about it, I'm like, really now? And then, a lot of things stem from fear. Insecurity stems from fear. Caution stems from fear. Anger, like a lot of emotions, the root of a lot of those emotions are fear, which I found very interesting. So then I'm sitting here writing down, okay, well, for me, caution, I'm just cautious around people, just period. Then I was like, well, what's the story? The story is narcissists are everywhere. Psychopaths, sociopaths, cluster B personality people. And it's not that they're necessarily bothersome to me at this point because I can identify them based on how they talk, or just tune in with my body. I just get this feeling of something ain't right. But see, the old me used to want to play Sherlock Holmes and shit. Blue's Clues. What's the mystery about them? Why? No. We ain't doing that in 2025. I wasn't even doing it in 2024 or 2023. But I know how my mind works. My mind likes to study things. I want to know the how, the what, the when, the where, and the why. And you know what? Curiosity does kill the cat. I do not need to know nothing. If my instincts say someone is dangerous, they're dangerous. I don't care how they look, male, female, short, skinny, tall, fat, big. I don't care. If my intuition and my instincts say stay away, danger, bad vibes, evil, I ain't gonna go nowhere around them. Now, if I do have to interact with said person, I'm gonna, interact with them. It's gonna be limited. Limited as possible. You feel me? Because, when we go to work, we can't help who we're around, who we work with, things of that nature. So I know for me, it was interesting to find out that like amongst, say, 30 or so coworkers, one is a sociopath, one is a psychopath, one is a narcissist, one has a cluster B personality such as antisocial or histrionic. I think that's what it's called, if that's what it's called. But, borderline personality, bipolar, these are all cluster B personalities. And no, if you happen to be bipolar or if you happen to be borderline, I actually know people who are borderline and bipolar. However, that does not excuse you for bad behavior. You are still held to a standard and you will still be held accountable. And if you don't want to be held accountable, then again, you don't need to be around me. I'm not afraid to tell them that. I'm not afraid to say that to them at all. So they know where I stand, which means when you go into your little different manic levels and go until you level out. You know what I'm saying? Because I am not going to deal with it. It's a lot to deal with. And, you know, to me, it's even worse when the person is undiagnosed, you know? And I don't know why people don't want to go get diagnosed. Like, I mean, I don't get, you know, they just walk around, oh, nothing's wrong with me. Well, how do you know? I mean, I feel like if someone has expressed to you that, you know, you off or you did. Now, don't get me wrong. Narcissists, they love trying to tell, you know, empaths or people who are onto them and can see through them, see their manipulation tactics. Because manipulators, they love calling people that they cannot manipulate crazy. They love calling those people difficult to love. And they love labeling them because you can't get what you want out of them. So you want to try to make them seem like the villain. But be okay with people feeling like the villain. That's just like the other day, I just laughed at myself because, you know, there was this thing. Yeah, y'all remember the debate with Kamala Harris and Trump, right? So obviously Trump won. He's going to be entering office, I think, January 6th or whenever. It's going to be sometime this month, right? And Biden will be officially, you know, booted. So at the end of the day, you know, the very people who were so mad that Trump won and they was up there, you need to unfriend me. I was like, first off, that's not even a big deal to me. Whether Trump won or lost, whether Kamala won or lost, that still is not going to affect me eating, me living. You know what I'm saying? It's really not going to affect me too much. But, I mean, it does affect you to some degree based on the laws and things of that nature that they pass. You feel me? But as far as my day-to-day life, is it really going to affect me either way? No. Am I going to sit there and start hating this person? No. But it shows me the level of insight that they are. Now, the funny part is, I think the elections was like, early November? So between then and between December 31st, I happened to notice that they aren't on my social media no more. And I'm just like, okay, I never even noticed anyway. And I've been told them, you're weak. Because if you weren't weak, instead of telling me to unfriend you, you would simply just unfriend it. Because me, if I don't want to see something from somebody, I'm just going to click the unfollow and the unfriend. I don't even have to announce my disappearance. But they notice, because if you didn't notice, why you coming back sending me a friend request? Why you coming back inboxing me? Hey, why'd you unfriend me? I ain't answering none of that. You don't need to know why. If I simply don't agree with like you post a lot of negativity, you always whining, crying, and complaining. You always angry. You always broke. And you know what? I get it. If I was broke all the fucking time, I'd be mad all damn time too. I get it. I 100% get it. However, that's not the frequency I'm operating in. So we're going to naturally just reject each other and you're just going to fade away. And that is something that I've noticed, and that's something that I was like, okay, well, as long as I keep working on myself and bettering myself and focused on all the great positive things that I foresee in my life and that are going on, happening in the now, not just like in the future, certain people are just naturally going to fade away. Family, friends, co-workers, neighbors, it don't matter who they are. They're going to vibe. Nothing is personal. It's all vibrational. If they are vibrating low and they are stuck in ego, they are stuck in, you know, the matrix and these programs where they just keep doing this. They're stuck in loops and they keep doing the same things over and over and over and over again, just on repeat. Keep making the same mistakes like they're going to get different results. That is insanity to me. But hey, some people, they take the blessings when the blessings come. Some people enter your life to help you break certain patterns and to stop certain cycles. It's up to you whether you listen, whether we're all here to plant seeds. Whether those seeds become fruitful and grow, or whether those seeds are here to choke and destroy. Because remember, Satan's kids is out here sowing seeds too. Their seeds are evil seed. That's the rotten fruit. So everybody is out here sowing seeds. It's a matter of how they operate. That's why it says, trust not every tongue, but test the spirit of. Or however, I just paraphrased it. But yeah, you got to be out. No, you don't just. And see, that's why I found it interesting. Like, how caution stems from fear, basically. But I don't feel fearful of narcissists. I'm just operating from, I'm following my instincts. I'm following my intuition. So it don't matter what they popping off at the gums and saying. That don't matter. They could say all that. They could say they love you and this and that and the third and all that stuff. At the end of the day, what are your actions saying? And not just that, y'all, but over time, are the actions consistent or inconsistent? Because they can say one thing and then their actions is another thing. If their actions and their words don't align, that's manipulation. Because a consistent person who's genuine, they say what they mean and they mean what they say. Otherwise, people just out here talking out the side of their neck, blowing steam, wasting air. That's really all it is. That's why they call it the gift of gab, a slithery tongue, They like to tell, it's funny to watch people tell you what they think you want to hear. And because you are not, for me, I'm going to give you an example. So I don't operate out of ego. I operate from my soul space. That is how I'm able to actually follow my instincts, to trust my intuition above anything anybody says. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how good you are. You are as strong as the weakest link around you. When Satan can't get to you, and he can't get to you through strangers, so he'll try to get to you through your kids, through your spouse, through family members, through friends. Why? Because these people are close to you. Now, these people can unintentionally be inhabited by said spirits and start trying to provoke you and, get you mad and, all these things. But it's up to us to be able to identify what you're dealing with. Sometimes when we talk to people, we ain't talking to people. We're talking to the spirits operating in them, because they definitely body hop. I'm going to give y'all an example. So my sister decided she wanted to text me or whatever. So we texted briefly, around Christmas or whatever. I sent her a little, homing gift, because she finally, out of 30 years of life, is finally getting her own space. And I say finally because I've been on my own since 21, and to me, deep down inside, she knows that she is a parasitic leech. And if you wasn't a parasitic leech, you wouldn't have called me and told me. I mean, it's out the blue because I didn't ask. You calling me up to be like, yeah, I'm living with our uncle. And then you over here just over explaining, just throwing up at the mouth. And in my mind, I'm like, so what? You live with our uncle. Why are you over here over explaining to me the choices you making? You know what I'm saying? Why are you doing this, doing that? But see, she's codependent. She's a parasite. If everyone around her no longer existed or whatever, she would literally just die. She wouldn't know how to do nothing. And that's sad, to be 30 years old and don't know how to do a damn thing. But hey, between our dad and her mom, they failed her. What can I say? But anyways, I just simply, told her even though I don't really think too much of her, because I'm like, oh, well, congratulations that you're finally not being a leech. You know what I'm saying? But I just told her, I said, well, I'm proud of you, go do your thing, this, that, and the third. And, she seemed all, happy and this and that. I'm like, okay, I'll send you a little something, So I had ordered her some towels or whatever and, sent that to her. Because, shoot, you need the help. You the one that's codependent, struggling, I ain't never known somebody to live off of somebody rent-free for 5 years and your car's still not paid off. You up there traveling and, you doing all this stuff, buying clothes and shoes and stuff, but your ass still got bills. But yet, you supposed to be making $100K and all of this. Bullshit. And then, even if it's not bullshit, right? Then you are a 6-figure, financially illiterate person. Because to make 6 figures and you still poor don't make no damn sense to me. Ain't no way. Seriously? No, you just have a lot of unnecessary spending habits. You could really scale back, but you won't. So, well, that's why you need help, But whatever. Anyways, I'm just saying, so for example, I was doing some cleaning and stuff. And so I happened to be playing my YouTube playlist, and I heard this woman talk about how she denounced being a Delta because being a Delta, they worship Minerva or they were talking about the rituals and the things of that nature. And I happened to send that video to my sister, and then she was just like, well, I'm not going to denounce being a Delta. Nobody told you that you had to. I just was you're the one who contacted me and told me that you are about to get into your Bible. So I take it this is the first time that you've ever are about to read it. And that's if you even do. It sounds like it sounds good. But until you actually do it, it's kind of like just words. But anyways, you're the one communicating to me that you're getting into your Bible or whatever. So then, and it's kind of funny because it ain't a coincidence that I happen to listen to that video. She happens to message me. I happen to know she's a Delta. So I send her that video or whatever. And then she's like, well, I'm not denouncing anything. And I'm like, well, you know what? If you're not going to denounce it, then it explains why I don't fuck with you like that. The same way that those women in those videos spoke about how their spirit didn't feel right. Yeah, my spirit don't feel right around her. Even though she's my sister, you're over there doing rituals and dealing with demons and devils and witchcraft. You probably are unaware, or even if you are aware, that's even worse. So I was just like, yeah. And you wonder why I kind of just keep my distance. You can go ahead and enjoy being part of that sisterhood and all that. But has that sisterhood really helped you at all? Because I feel like if you part of the sisterhood, why were you leeching and being a parasite to our uncle for 5 years? Shouldn't you have been leeching and a parasite off your sisters? I'm just saying. I just be asking questions because a lot of stuff don't be adding up. A lot of shit don't make no fucking sense. But anyways, so I just find it interesting. And then when I think about it, there is a video that I did watch a few years back talking about sororities, fraternities, as well as Eastern Stars, and how these are all factions of basically demonic, societies, if you will. Because I was doing a little research about them because I knew, little old black ladies in the church. Oh, I'm an Eastern Star. So you're saying you're a witch. That, you know what I'm saying? When you really dig into that stuff, you will find like the true meaning of all of that. Yeah, it looks fun, you know, because I remember my college days, like, oh my God, they're strolling. Look at that, this, that, and the third. Okay, it looks nice, you know, matching, you know, outfits and, you know, the license. And I say that because that's what I thought about it at the same time, but my spirit convicted me not to do it. Because for one, ain't nobody about to sit there and haze me and do no shit, because I'm gonna whoop your ass. Like, it ain't even that serious to me for me to degrade myself or let you disrespect me to enter a sisterhood. Nah, ain't happening. But anyways, y'all, I hope y'all have a great new year. It's January 1st. I'm going to start trying to do probably 2 videos a week minimum. If I do more, I do more. I'm going to start doing like more shorts, and that's one of my goals for this year, just getting back into it like I was in 2022, because I know I kind of slowed down in 2023 and 2024. But, you know, when you got like a lot of other stuff going on in life, it's like, baby, like, but anyways, y'all. So like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And what do y'all think about what I said regarding the Eastern Stars fraternities and sororities? Because like, I could really deep dive into that. There's a lot of topics I can deep dive into. I just be scratching the surface. Like, I really be scratching the surface. Like, I could do a whole week's worth of lectures on some stuff, because that's how deep my mind goes. And it was so interesting to me how my sister was like, well, it ain't that deep for me. Well, if you're so surface level, boo, that's the reason why I don't really resonate or I deal with you like that, because I like connection. Connection requires going deep. Just because I see the iceberg, I'm trying to see how deep the iceberg really truly is, so my ship don't get messed up by it. I am not about to sink my ship just because I see the tip of an iceberg. No, I need to see the entire picture, the entire beam. You know what I'm saying? So keep your ears open, keep your eyes open, and don't forget, do not forget, we still got all these, you know, immigrants, the Venezuelans and all these other people still here. They ain't been booted out yet. So just be mindful. If shit get crazy this year, you know, I've been telling y'all for a while, buckle up, because we going for a wild ride. Like, it's crazy how people be scared. Oh my God, Revelations. Revelations is a synonym for apocalypse. And apocalypse just means a new beginning. And in order for a new beginning to happen, the current way things are working has to die. It has to fall. It has to be destroyed. Kind of like in House of Dragons, the dragon girl with the blonde hair was like, I'm going to break the wheel. But you know what I'm saying? But then she got a little like power crazy, and the Stark boy had to kill her. So at the end of the day, I mean, everybody can have this, you know, thought of like the system. Yeah. But I mean, when you really think about it, the system is breaking down. And as it's breaking down, it's being rebuilt. I mean, like, for example, laws against paternity fraud. You know, women can't sit up here and just go cheat, get pregnant by a whole nother man, and then pin the baby on another man. You know, it's like, you know, you can't be pinning the baby on another man now, because when he go get tested and that child ain't his, you gonna end up in jail for paternity fraud. You gonna be doing time. And then when you behind bars, who gonna take care of that kid? I mean, if you don't even know who the real dad is, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So that kid gonna either go into the care of other relatives or foster care. And foster care is the worst thing that any child can go into. There are still thousands and thousands and thousands of kids, not just in the U.S., but just across the world, who are missing and have not been found. Either they are underground. This is a whole nother topic, but either they underground or they gone. Gone. You know? So you got kids, you better keep your eyes on them, because it ain't no telling them you'll ever see them again. You know, a lot of these parents out here don't be parenting. I just find it interesting. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make another video. Because that's just a whole nother topic that I also wanted to just personally address. So anyways, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all at the next video.